Greetings, fellow knights. My name is B.J. Wilson Jr., class of '84. I know, the dark ages, huh? So, sadly enough, my class's claim to fame was that we were the guys that started the whole matching sport coat for the senior composite picture thing. I'd like to thank Father John for inviting me to talk to the student body during Catholic Schools Week and offer some reflections on what a Mount Michael education's meant to me. To set the stage for you, I was the fourth of six brothers to graduate from the Mount, so by the time I became a freshman, I was well acquainted with the place. Although obviously I didn't know what was in store for me. Back in those days, freshman class size was typically 45 students, of which maybe as few as 20 would make it through to graduation. There were no day students, and the monks were our teachers. Their teaching methods included such things as grabbing a student by the ankle, single-handedly, flipping him upside down in front of the sophomore geometry class in order to demonstrate the concept of inversion. Doubt Cormier would get away with something like that these days. But anyway, those were different times. However, as the times, the cast of characters, and the physical plan of the school has changed, fortunately, most of the important things about Mount Michael have remained the same. One of these things is this brotherhood that we talk about that exists among the students and the alumni. For those of you that don't know yet, this brotherhood is real. However, it's not magically bestowed upon you when your class walks in the door. It's not automatic. It only happens when this group of boys, really in the beginning mostly strangers, learn to accept each other and live with each other as they are. The rule of Saint Benedict teaches us that all should be received as Christ. While this is typically interpreted as a call to show hospitality to any visitors to the Abbey, to me, over the course of my life, it is a simple reminder to try and see Christ in every person. Now, this may be a difficult concept to grasp for a 14-year-old freshman who's got a lower bunkmate with a flatulence problem. However, it is the most important and the most difficult to consistently apply lesson that I learned in my time at the school. See Christ in every person. It is only when members of a class do that that they can turn from this group of boys into this band of brothers and form these relationships that last a lifetime. Because of our close exposure daily to the monks and Benedictine spirituality, I know for a fact that every kid in my class thought at one time or another about becoming a Benedictine monk. The thought may have been extremely fleeting, but I know that everyone did consider it. In preparing for this talk, I asked myself why this was. What could be remotely appealing to a group of teenage boys about Benedictine monasticism? With a little reflection and a lot of hindsight, I believe it was the simple daily example that the monks set for us. Ora et labora, prayer and work. Whether it was Brother Jerome working in the kitchen, Father John zealously teaching English, or Father Nathaniel maybe putting up an outbuilding, the monks were relentlessly at work. And when they were not relentlessly at work, they were relentlessly at prayer. From their example came the second greatest lesson I learned in my time here. Always be productive, be it in your family life, in your work life, or any other endeavor you undertake. Learn something new every day. Strive to be a better version of your former self. But in doing all that, don't forget to pray, to thank God for the things that He's given you, to talk to God, to listen to God, to remember that in all things God may be glorified. And in case you're wondering, monasticism did not take for anyone in my class, much to Father John's chagrin. I've been fortunate over the years in that the Mount, the monks, my classmates have remained a part of me. From my brother Dave's freshman first semester in 1974 through today, this school has been a huge part of my life. Some of you probably know my son Andrew, who graduated in 2019. Peter McAndrews, who's a senior this year, is my favorite nephew. Fortunately, after I graduated from the school, I was able to attend undergrad at the University of Notre Dame. I went on to medical school, did a pediatric residency, a neonatology fellowship, and served 4 years in the Army. Yet despite this great breadth of experience, which I might argue that may not have been possible without my Mount Michael education, um, my time spent as a student at the school was unequivocally, it has had the greatest impact on my life. For all those things that I mentioned previously, um, but also for a lot of other things. For being able to come back here and be welcomed, for the peace that I feel when I walk the grounds or when I am saying a rosary in the chapel, for being included in this place that is so committed to turning out well-educated, well-rounded future leaders. My final message to you would probably be enjoy your time here. I know it's difficult to see sometimes, but you're part of a truly unique experience, and you're blessed to be so. Mount Michael education, if you take advantage of everything it has to offer, can set you up for success, not just academically, but in life. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope I didn't talk too long. Peace, and we'll see you later, Juan. Thanks. Bye.